Hey guys, week 11 is finally over. Not really that exciting of a week. We didn't have many close games late, except for Derek and Dale's game, but it was pretty much assumed that Derek was going to win since he only needed like 2 points from Danny Amendola. But nonetheless, another week in the books. Got a little bit of shakeups. Not too much happened this week though. So let's start the rankings. Number 10, I got Dale. 4 and 7 went down 2 spots. Finally at the bottom of the rankings. He's got the worst record in the league. Good looking dog shirt. That's all I can tell you. I don't know. It's not a good season for our current champion. Number 9, I got Jeff at 4, 6, and 1. Our other previous champion from 2 years ago. He's coming on strong late, like he did last year, but it seems like it's going to be too little, too late this year. So solid win, but not enough time left to make up ground to make it into the playoffs or anything like that. Number 8, I got Chung at 5 and 6. He went down a spot. He just had a pretty awful week overall. His highest score was Peyton Manning, which is expected, but you wouldn't expect it to only be with 14 points. He's playing awful guys like Mark Ingram and Chris Ogbanaya. So he's not looking good going forward at this rate. Uh, Here you go, Austin. You're up to number 7. You're 5, 5 and 1. You went up 3 spots. That's the biggest jump this week. Got a good win. And I'm going to be honest, you're probably going to beat me this week, which means that you're going to make the playoffs, and I will not because I have like half my team on bye. So fuck you, and I hope your team takes a shit this week. Number 6, I got Chinny at 4, 6 and 1. He lost, but he had an alright game. He had a lot of low scorers, but he had like 3 really good scoring players. But nonetheless, he lost. Another team with a tough shot of making the playoffs at this point. Number 5, I've got myself at 5 and 6. I went down a spot. I didn't get anything from AJ Green, which pretty much guaranteed me the loss. I have a tough game this week against Austin. So I still think I'm a top half of the league sort of team, but I do not believe that I will be making the playoffs at this point. Number 4, I've got Mike at 6, 4 and 1. He went up a spot. He had a huge win. Like every single player on his team scored double-digit points. So big win over Chung, and with 6 wins, probably only one more win out of the next 2 weeks will guarantee him a spot. He might even get in with only 6 because he has a tie as well. Number 3, I got Chris at 6 and 5. He went down 2 spots. He got a tough loss at Austin. He didn't get production from a lot of guys, but I still like his chances to make the playoffs more than likely. Number 2, I got TJ at 7 and 4. He went up a spot. Vincent Jackson finally got a good game under his belt after a couple tough ones. With 7 wins, he's almost guaranteed a playoff spot. And at number 1, I got Derek at 7 and 4, back to the top of the rankings, best in the West. His trades seem to be working out. So, biggest riser this week is Austin, with going up 3. Biggest fallers are Chris and Dale. They both went down 2. So, from here, I will, since this is only about a little over 4 minutes right now, I'm just going to transition over to making my playoff chances part of the video. So you'll see that after the break.
Please don't go, no please don't go away, because we'll be right back on Nick Jr.
Alright, we're back, and I have our percentages for everyone to make the playoffs this year. It still was going to take way too long for scenarios with 2 weeks left, so I scrapped that. I'll just do it next week. Once there's only one game, it's nice and easy. I tried doing it for this, but it just took too long just to get through like the top two chances. So I'll start with Derek. He has the highest chance with a 99.91% chance of making the playoffs. His magic number is zero point 0.5. His magic number to win the division is 2. Which means either 2 wins or a win and a loss by both Mike and Chris, or 2 losses by Mike and Chris guarantees him the division. Next is TJ with a 99.88% chance of making the playoffs. Magic number of 0.5. Magic number to win the division is 1. So 1 win in your next 2 games and you win the division. Next is Mike at a 99.44% chance of making the playoffs with a magic number of 1. Next is Chris at 93.88% with a magic number of 1.5. Then Austin at a 60.56% chance of making the playoffs with a magic number of 2. And finally, I'm not in the playoffs right now. Chung is currently above me, even though we have the same record. But for some reason, it says that I have a better chance of making the playoffs than him. I have a 55.04% chance of making the playoffs. Even though I'm probably going to lose this week, so we'll see how that works. Jeff actually has a 40.16% chance of making the playoffs, which is somehow better than Chung's 26.48% chance of making the playoffs. Ninth best chance is Anthony with a 19.12% chance. And finally, Dale has a 6.72% chance of making the playoffs. So, good luck to all of you that aren't Austin or Chung. And I will see you all in the coming week.